Obviously, heading into the college season, Cam Boozer was looked at as one of the top three projected picks in the NBA draft, some having him as the projected number one overall pick in the draft. And I think it's for good reason, because when we watch Cam Boozer, he is a polarizing prospect, one of the more polarizing prospects we've seen in recent years. When you look at Cam Boozer, he's a physical specimen for a freshman in college. At 6'9", weighing 250 pounds, Boozer has a body that's ready to compete at the next level. Now, as an athlete, I wouldn't say Boozer is an elite explosive athlete or this fast twitch big that can move quick at his size, like, for example, former Blue Devil Zion Williamson, but he's figured out ways to use his strong frame and use just the overall skills that he has to his advantage instead. Boozer's specialties on the offensive end is the fact that he's got a versatile game. As a shooter, Boozer has a nice, high arcing shot and is more than capable to be a high percentage shooter, especially off the catch. Although the versatility as a jump shooter is kind of limited because of the fact that he isn't much of an on ball creator that will use his handle to create space and take defenders off the dribble. He's not going to do that much, but overall, Cam Boozer has shown to be an effective spacer for Duke so far this season. But where Boozer made his name, especially at the high school level, making him one of the top players in the country, was his ability to finish at the rim efficiently. Boozer uses these physical tools that he has, along with his sound fundamental footwork and fakes, to score around the basket despite not being much of an athlete like I mentioned earlier. My only area for concern with his finishing is, will his efficiency take a little bit of a drop at the NBA level with bigger rim protectors and better athletes on the floor? We'll see, but so far he's shown that he has nice touch, he can finish well at the rim, and he's going to generate offense for his team. Because this is what I personally like about Boozer's game, it's the playmaking. The playmaking he provides at the power forward position is extremely high level. He sees the floor really well, and he's going to make the right play more times than not. Boozer can handle the doubles opposing teams throw at him, he'll make the quick decisions, and he plays with just a poise that a pro plays with. He's even a guy that he'll grab the rebound and he'll try to get the outlet going and get some transition opportunities for his team by pushing that ball ahead and just putting immediate pressure on the defense. In my opinion, like I said, this is my favorite thing about him. His playmaking is ahead of schedule, and it's what makes him such a potential high-end offensive talent, despite not being much of a on-ball creator, you'd say. Now, when it comes to the defensive side of the ball and just as everything like rebounding, defense, that sort of thing, he's a menace on the glass. He knows how to fight for position. He's one of the best rebounders in college basketball this season, averaging double-digit boards per game. He just has good timing for being relentless as a rebounder. He's going to get your team extra possessions on the offensive glass and end good defensive possessions on the defensive glass. And what makes it crazy to me is that he is just so well-rounded and so fundamental in the fact that, like I said, the athleticism isn't like off the charts. So it's not like he's just out there snagging rebounds based off the fact that he's this high-level athlete. He just knows how to get the right position and fight for rebounds, and just he knows how to do those little things on the margins that give him the upper hand. Obviously, he has strength, he has an NBA body, that also works as well, but when you combine those things, I think that's what makes him such a good rebounder and makes him such a high-level double-double threat. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, I think he's really good. I don't see him much as like a rim protector per se, but I do think he brings some versatility because he can play some small ball five. He can also, he'll protect the rim more as a help side kind of guy. Not saying he can't do it at all, but he can do it like that. He's got some good feet to move and be able to keep up with guards on the perimeter, and I think that's what makes him really good, is the fact that he can be a guy that's not going to get picked on in the pick and roll, and they're not going to be able to take advantage of him because I think he's a really good defender, and he's a good two-way prospect with those things that he has, those traits. I think he'll definitely be mainly a power forward, but he'll definitely see some time as like a small ball five in some lineups just for, some moments of games if they need him to be. I think he could definitely handle it. Now, when it comes to just in general, I don't know how high the ceiling may be, due to some of the creation and the athleticism concerns, because we don't know. If you ask me personally, I don't think the ceiling's as high as a DeBonsa or a Peterson, even though Peterson's basically been out all season. But the floor is just super high in the fact that he's a super safe prospect. He just has a well rounded game, he has a good feel for the game. Even if he isn't, let's say, a top 10 player in the world in his prime, I think he's still going to be a really good basketball player. And I think he's an obvious top 3 pick just off of that alone, because I don't think you can really make a mistake picking him right here. Like, imagine him on the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, it's hell. He fits that type of team perfectly. He's not going to be asked to do too much. He's not going to be seen as the face of the franchise. He's just going to be there to do what he has to do. He might give you 14 points a game, 9 rebounds, and like 4 or 5 assists, and he'll do his job. He's going to be efficient. He's going to be able to generate some offense when he has the ball out of the post. But yeah, I really like his game. I think he's a high level player, and I think he is, obviously, like I mentioned, one of the more polarizing prospects because of the fact that we don't know how high the ceiling is. He could be, you know, a decent level player, a consistently good role player, a high level role player, one of those guys that any championship team would love, or he could be a superstar player, and we're talking about this guy as one of the best players in the league. Like, it's a really polarizing topic, and I think that's what makes him such a fun prospect to evaluate in the grand scheme of things. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been the checkup, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.